All right. Well, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Bag Talk. This is the Connectors Corner where we build everything on Kingdom Principle. I am your host, Drew Dockery. I am a business coach, and I help sales pros and entrepreneurs not leave money on the table by doing three simple things. Number one, monetizing your relationships. Number two, growing your networks. And number three, making proper connections. Today we have another special guest, family of mine. His name is Richard Peoples, and he's the owner of the Black Tag brand. So we're gonna get into some good bag talk today because we jive wearing his product. I'm definitely gonna tag them down in the tag his company in the description box so you guys can go check him out. But before we get into that, got my sons here. So just let's catch up. What's going on? What you got going on right now?
Same as last time, nothing, chilling.
No, it ain't the same as last time. You just telling me about something you was doing trading wise.
Oh yeah. Getting to trading with a prop firm.
Mm-hmm.
So,
got you.
yeah.
How your research coming along so far?
Great. Learning every day. So keep on learning.
Nice. That's what's up. You settled on a prop firm you gonna go for, or like you got a couple different ones you thinking about?
I'm gonna go to top tier.
Top tier. Okay, got you.
For sure.
Okay, I dig that. Okay, what's going on, man?
Just signed up to become a certified personal trainer.
Nice.
Going through schooling right now, but just started, so it's going good though.
Okay, I like that. That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, we have the man of the hour here. My family, and no, we not play cousins. We are we are really family. Richard Peoples. What's going on, baby? Slide up. That's my family right there. Grew up together. Seeing you get to this place in life has been exciting. I will honestly say I'm truly proud of you, proud of all of us from our close niche little family, from everybody, doing what they're doing as far as business and really moving in those directions that they want to go. So tell us about what you got going on.
As you mentioned, I got Black Tag Clothing. Started that. It started literally the year COVID started. So like you could say like the beginning of the year, COVID year 2020. Conceptualize it, man. It's been conceptual and just writing stuff down, research and all that kind of stuff. Probably up to 2-3 years prior to that. Didn't really hop into it just out of reluctance, but also kind of wanting to be a perfectionist about it, which I also learned is that could be a downfall. You know what I'm saying? If you wait for the pieces to fall perfectly, you know what I'm saying, you'll always be stuck in block one, you know what I'm saying? So, but no, that's it really, man. I do that. I think I'm a jack of all trades, man. I think I've been in so many different industries between trucking, restaurant business, event planning and promotions. I worked with comedians as far as doing comedy shows. I have my own non-for-profit, Mentoring Boys. I helped my boy start up his lawn care service, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not the type to boast a lot, but you know what I mean? When you sit and you get the time to think about things that you've done and accomplished, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I feel like I'm a jack of all trades. You know what I mean? I have my hand in a lot, you know what I'm saying? So
That's what's up. That's definitely what's up. I know, I definitely want to dive deep into your story to give some more information about where you came from and how you developed, because man, like this is like just putting everything together and everything that you mentioned so humbly, like bruh, you put together some stuff, man. Like it's been a long running thing. I can see if it was just like 1 or 2 couple years or whatever, but as long as we've been adults, like you've been heavy in the marketing space on different industries, different business moves. So like let's go all the way back. What was your first, I would say, entrepreneurial venture that kind of made you say, okay, I like the feel of this? What was the first one that you really got into?
Party promotion. I started that probably right when I didn't finish school, but I'll say finish school because left school. You know what I'm saying? But
You was done, right?
it was probably around that time finishing school and I'm working at the bank. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of just came about. You know, me and a group of friends. It was like it just came about because it was like, man, you know, all our friends that we grew up with and went to school with, they come back home and it's like, man, it's nothing to do here. So it kind of just spawned from that. And on top of being sick of clocking in all the time, it was like, man, what can we do to kind of bring in the kind of money, you know, doing something we like. And it kind of just spawned from there. Yeah, and it started from there, man. We funded it, man. None of us were working at the time. I was working, but was on the way out from the job. So I funded it with my unemployment money. You know what I'm saying? And
That's hustle.
we was able to grow it from there. And we had that thing running for probably a little over 10 years, maybe 10 or 12 years, something like that. But that was probably the first entrepreneurial venture that I got my hands into. Got you.
Y'all got any questions so far? If y'all got anything to say, just jump in. Y'all know how we go.
Yeah.
Just jump in. So even with that, your first venture, do you remember what your first event looked like? Like, what was the turnout?
Our first venture, I honestly don't remember the first venture. I remember our first big venture, which was at it was in Niagara Falls at the I think it was called the Palace or whatever, that big event space that they had out there. We tried to do like
was it the Pleasure Dome?
That might have been it. That might have been it. That big spot. Me and you drove out there for some college parties before, so we tried to get out there. We had a DJ that was online with us that had a few parties, so he had a relationship with the ownership out there, and we tried to do something out there on a grand scheme, but that didn't go well. Because again, we weren't really, I mean, we were known, but we weren't known enough to kind of pack out the size of the spot that we had, you know what I'm saying? So it was success in the event of, in the thinking of, okay, we got some people to come out, they still enjoyed themselves, but it was like, it was a loss because we still lost money, you know what I mean? We got to pay for security, we got to pay for the spot. So, you know, that kind of thing. We went in the red, still left in the red, but it was a learning experience. But that was our first big event. I'm pretty sure we had something smaller prior to that, but that's the first one that I will recall because it was on such a larger scale.
Got you. Okay. I definitely dig that. So, you learned something from it, even though it might not have produced what you wanted it to produce, you learned something from it. And I mean, like, obviously you mentioned the key of having those relationships. Do you think that was a major piece to you being able to grow your business because of the relationships, everybody in your basic, the team, like your networking team, your mastermind team? Like, is that what propelled you guys to the level of success that you were looking for, or you ended up getting from Party Promotion?
Not necessarily a major piece. I look at everything, learn from that as just a piece of the puzzle. No piece in the puzzle is bigger than any other piece. So it's just like one of those pieces that was just necessary. So just another notch in the belt, something else to learn, but not like a major piece. Like, oh no, this was integral. It was just, you know what I'm saying, a stepping stone, really. Got you.
Okay. So, at that time, it was strictly parties. What got you into the event planning space? Like, how did you come up with that as far as?
For us, for our group, it was one and the same. It was party promotion, but that's kind of how I feel like we differentiated ourselves from everybody else. Like, I'll be honest, man, you know, a lot of guys, they was doing it was, you know, to get bitches, you know what I'm saying? So
let's keep it clean if we can.
I'm speaking candidly, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But,
right, no, you good.
But it was the guys our age that was doing parties. You got to remember, I was mid to late 20s, and we're throwing parties with promoters. So guys were doing it to get girls, you know what I'm saying? But for us, like I said, when we went into it, it was like, nah, we need something to do around the town because it was nothing really for us to do, you know what I'm saying? So it's party promoting, which is how everybody look at you like, oh, you're just another party promoter. But for us, it was like we do more than just give you a flyer, bring you to a location, and collect money. Like throwing a party for us was it was an event. So it is event planning for us. When we did it, it was like, all right, cool. We mapping out what event we doing. Now our group, we would literally have events every day of the week. Every week we had something. At one point, we had every Sunday lockdown. And depending on the week, we might have every Monday. Depending on the season, we might have every Thursday. We might have every other Saturday. So it was like, for us, we always had something going on at least 2-3 times out of the week. But every event, there's a theme, whether it's ladies' night this night, business mixer this night, turn up on Sunday, but it's all still, they are all their own beasts, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is designed this way, so we gotta do VIP, we gotta have this kind of security. This particular night, we can be lax on security, lax on dress code. We can remove the VIP, like everything was created different, you know what I'm saying? So we treated it with a certain kind of love that, again, the typical promoter wasn't doing. Like, we would boast that a lot of the stuff that you seeing in parties now, we were the ones who were bringing that, you know what I'm saying? I remember the first bar that we worked at, Barcelona downtown, we had this thing, the owner gave us the green light to do what he called European bottle service. Now, this guy being from Italy or France, whatever that he was from, you know what I'm saying? We like, what's that? He was like, yo, you know, you sell your VIP, they buy a bottle. If they don't finish the bottle because they paid for it, we're not going to throw out the bottle. They can come back next week because we topped off the bottle, put it in the freezer for them, and they can come back and they got their bottle. All right, cool. So we offered that. And because nobody ever seen or heard of that, that was a selling point for us. We were able to sell VIP from that. We were the first group to put sparklers on bottles. We were the first group to bring in couches for VIP and all those little areas and all that. We was the first group to do that. Like, typically your promoter is like, all right, if y'all ain't got couches, we'll just make a little makeshift area over here with the stools you got. Like, no, we would go to Rent-A-Center and buy couches or rent couches and bring them in and set up our VIP areas. We would go to Guitar Center, buy our own lights, buy our own fog machines because we're creating an atmosphere. We did all that. So again, event planning is what we did. It wasn't just party promotion.
Right.
It was more than just
It's deeper than
printing
that.
flyers and going hand in hand and say, hey, come down to this location. Like, no, we did the whole thing. So regardless if you had a dope spot, we still gonna come in like, I don't like how you got this over here. So if you don't mind, nigga, just give us the key. And we gonna bring in some sofas. We gonna move your joints into the basement. We don't like how that look, you know what I'm saying? And we did our own thing. So, but that was just how we did it, you know what I'm saying? It was more, we did everything. We handpicked our own security because security was something we didn't want to shorthand. Like, it was top to bottom, we had our hands in everything.
Got you. Dang. That's mad meticulous. So yeah, I understand why it's a difference. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, event planning, party promotion, it's two different things. Y'all planned experiences. So it wasn't just about going out, having a good time, you know, hanging out, drinking with your friends, I guess, but it was more so the environment, the atmosphere. Dang, I never knew that. That's crazy. Okay, so promoting your business, did you see anything change with like how technology and social media kind of changed? Because I mean, that's pretty much that era, like where such social media really started to pop off. So did it affect y'all? Were y'all able to really capitalize on it? Did it benefit y'all anyhow? Like, how did it affect you?
For us, at that time when we first started, Twitter first started, when we first started. So what y'all know is Twitter right now, like Twitter had literally just started, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of the people that we actually met, I can speak for myself, a lot of the friends that I had, like even today, like a lot of the friends I have was from Twitter. It's like, all right, I was cool with him over here, but just through interaction, oh, you cool with him? He kind of funny. Let me follow him. Like, so a lot of the people that we were able to bring through, like, hey man, we actually throwing some parties, doing this, that, and the third. It came from the people that we met through Twitter. So when they would fall through, oh, what's good? Like, now we actually cool now because you know we met through a social space.
Right.
So that was the first social space that was that we really utilized like that. Of course, Facebook was there, but if you remember at that time, Facebook was just college.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we had a dope college following. I was on every campus because I was a party animal. I wasn't in any frat, but I was cool. My roommates was frats,
Yeah, I remember that.
I was with them all the time. I was in and out of the black circles, the Spanish circles, the white circles. So I was on any given campus at any given weekend. So we all kind of had our own little friend circles in each college campus based off of Facebook. That was Facebook. It was only limited to
College
if you
kids.
was in college. You know what I mean? Back then it wasn't open to everybody.
Right, that's a fact.
So I mean, between that, you know, your college circle and then Twitter, I think we were able to kind of capitalize on people from that outside of, you know, again, flyers doing hand in hand. That's what I grew up in.
Guerrilla marketing.
Yeah, like we did a whole lot of hand in hand back then. It wasn't no put your flyer up online. Like, nah, I'm going to Buff State during Bengal pause, and I'm going to the cafeteria, and I'm gonna sit in the middle of the joint with mad flyers, and I'm going hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? So, that was also huge back then too, which is something I think that's lost today. It's like it's a lot of, you're not gonna get a lot of personal interaction. It's like if you don't know them online, then you don't know them. You're not gonna run into them. So,
Right.
but that's what helped us in party promotion. Even if we wasn't doing a party, like I said, we normally would have a party or an event at least 2 times out of the week, but on our off night or even before our event, we might go run over to somebody else's spot. Me and my cousin will call it, man, we out kissing babies because we calling it, we politicking. We going to each and every spot to show face, and shoot, I'm pulling a few girls from your spot. Yo, come on through. Y'all got a birthday? I got you, man. Just slide through. So it was like, we was always out and about making sure we were seen. It was a little bit more than just being on social media, but also back then social media was brand new, so.
Yeah. Okay. Kissing babies. That's definitely something I teach as far as old school connecting. Like, people don't connect anymore. People just rely on social media, different technological things to kind of disconnect themselves from what they're doing. Like, even business wise, I got a lot of clients who, right now, my clients are real estate loan officers and real estate agents. The agents understand you got to be kind of out and about. The loan officers really don't want to put their faces too many places.
Yep.
And
Because of what they do.
Right, and I understand that, but at the same time, I think for what I'm teaching them to kind of marry those 2 different skills. Like, yeah, sure, you got the technology and the media platform you can use and work with, but you also got to have that personality and that character that you can take that skill and mesh them together so that you can be more productive when it comes to communicating and effectively connecting with people, whether it's on social media or in person. So a lot of people don't have that social skill personally, like physically. So even when I go to networking events, people just kind of weird acting, you know what I mean? Like, they don't know what to do. They don't know really how to say hello, how to speak, how to have a dialogue, how to have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? Just ask simple questions. What do you do? How long you been doing that? Where are you from? Like, simple stuff to spark conversation and get people to talk. They just don't have those skills. And for me, what I'm teaching them is, if you're selling anything, that is the point that you need to sell from, networking. Because nobody wants to be pushed or forced into a buy. Even if I know I'm going to buy something. Like y'all was saying, y'all was out kissing babies. That's that same principle at work, because you're out connecting with people and getting them to come support and come have fun at the event space that y'all got going on. It's the same type of dynamic. You got to be able to have that skill of connecting with people, because if there's no connection, you just like everybody else. They walk by, they say what's up or say hello, or they see you on Instagram, they scroll past your page or whatever. You know what I mean? So you got to be able to do something that sets you apart. So I definitely feel you on that. So party promotion, event planning, you go from there to clothing, or what was the move in between there, or was there a move in between there?
Trying to remember. No, not really. That kind of transitioned into working with my OGs with they comedy thing.
Right.
So that's where I was working with them. As far as they already had that going. So for me, it was just I was a lot of the leg work at the events, and then I was managing their social media content. So they actually had me manage their comedy pages as far as promotion. I used to draw up the flyers for them and then push the promotion and do the promotion on their Facebook pages and then their Instagram pages once we got those going. So yeah, from that I kind of transitioned into the comedy space, working with those guys doing that.
Got you. Can you talk about who you worked with in the comedy space, or is that kind of like confidential?
Again, the OGs, the promoters from Buffalo. Well, yeah, the Quincy's from Buffalo. He has the restaurant that he has, but he also used to have Buffalo Live, the club space over there. And he manages Talent, the comedian, who's a comedian. He's a big comedian. He
Yeah, I remember watching him
those from
growing up.
BET Comic View and
Right.
HBO and all that. And I'm not saying it just because that's the homie, but like he's like, not only is dude hilarious, but like he's like an amazing comedic host. So like even today outside of the gigs he'll get, he's connected with the Knicks and a whole bunch of other different platforms, people, and he's always working and always connected with different comedians. So I've pretty much ran into. You think of a comedian, I pretty much ran into him one way or another, whether it was an event we had or something that we just being a patron to. So we can go on down the line from Kevin Hart, some more.
So you done worked with some big names.
Everybody, honestly, man, almost everybody is he has a relationship with pretty much everybody. DL Hewley, Cedric, the Entertainer, Charlie Murphy, God rest his soul. A lot of guys, man, he's connected, so.
That's what's up. That's definitely what's up. Okay. Yeah. Anything? Yeah. Just
taking it in.
Just taking it in. I gotta double check because y'all be quiet. It's like, okay. But no. So now present day, Black Tag. Where do you see this going? Like, what's your vision for the company?
I want to continue to grow it, man. I've been blessed to grow it organically, so I would like to continue on that route and then a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? So, I just wanted to get out there and not just locally, as far as like Buffalo or where I live in Florida. Like I wanted to grow as where somebody see it in California, like, oh yeah, homie from Buffalo, right? Man, that's a dope line, man. I got some of his shirts too. Like I wanted to get to a space where it's like that.
Like household name type.
Yeah, and I always wanted it, even when I was conceptualizing it before I started doing it, it was just, I wanted it to be more than just sweatsuits or t-shirts, you know what I'm saying? So, I just, got some shorts made. I just, the guy that I'm working with as far as putting my designs together and then doing the embroidery and all that work, he just did a hoodie for me that I want to put out this upcoming fall. So you'll probably start seeing marketing for that real soon.
Oh, I know I got first dibs.
So just trying to continue to push the envelope with that, because again, you think clothing, and even now, like on my Instagram, I follow a whole lot of different fashionistas or clothing lines just to kind of stay in the loop, and I draw inspiration from some of the bigger names.
Like who?
Pyre Moss, SIA Collective. It's a few joints, especially black joints. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like their creativity. But you'll see a lot of stuff on there, and it ain't. You don't want it to come from a place of jealousy, but you'll look at some joints like, man, they really getting this off, like. But it's on one side you want to keep it simple, but again on the other side, which is where I'm at, it's like I don't want it to look or feel like everybody else, and that's why I said I don't want it just to be another sweatsuit t-shirt with your name across the front. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to kind of even test my creativity as far as, okay, what can I design, what can I come up with, but I also want to do so without without compromising the integrity of the quality. Like quality for me is still priority.
Right. Definitely quality over quantity type
So
of
I know you'll cop something from somebody else just out of support. You know what I'm saying? And after 2-3 washes, it's like, damn, I gotta throw this joint out. Or it'll just be a Sunday afternoon shirt that you wear when you mowing the lawn or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want my clothes to necessarily be that. I mean, it's cool because you're still wearing it, but I don't want it to be that. I want it to be quality over anything. So, but that's where it is, man. I just wanted to grow.
Got you. Now, what gave you the inspiration for it? Like with the, especially like with the Roses shirt.
I forgot what I was looking at, man. But it just putting stuff together, really. Just putting stuff together, and I think part of it was everything that was going on around us too. A lot of loved ones leaving before their time, you know what I'm saying? So it was just kind of, I guess it was an accumulation between that and just a few other creative designs I kind of already had, and it was just making a marriage between the two, and it was just, it just came out to something that a lot of people have been getting behind lately.
Got you. So you already had the designs, and then the message kind of came later on.
Yeah, like I'll get, whether it's online or if I'm walking somewhere and I see something and just snap a photo. Like I got a folder in my phone that just like, it's probably like a few thousand photos. I just, just ideas and stuff that I'll just scroll through every once in a while, and I would try and put stuff together, you know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I try to draw inspiration from stuff around me, not just stuff we going through, but just whatever, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like again, those ideas were pretty much already there, and it just kind of made a marriage with what was going on at the time.
Got you. I dig that. I know Rel was talking about putting together a athletic apparel line. So, like, is there anything you can give him to speak to that?
I know when he asked me about it, man, all I mentioned was it's just research, man. It's not really a blueprint to follow, so to say. And I've had a few conversations with a few other guys who are in the fashion space, you know, locally here between I'm Living B, shout out to Eric Rawls, Chris Jordan, shout out to Lindsay. My guy Rashad, who does abstract illism, he's a seamstress and he's super dope. He went to school overseas and all that, so he's really good into that space. But just talking to these guys, man, it's not really just one blueprint to follow, but one thing that has been a consistent message is, you gotta do the research. And two, if it's something that's a burning desire in you, then the research is going to come easy. And if it is a burning desire in you, then you just go with your gift. You know what I'm saying? Put the ideas out there and do the work. Because if you really want to do it, then you really just got to go with it. You know what I'm saying? But the research is the first thing. And I know everybody's route was kind of different, but like I mentioned before with me, I was writing stuff down and conceptualizing for like 2 years before I did anything. I was on the road driving trucks before I put anything physical together, you know what I'm saying? So it was all just, everything was just in my brain and on pen and pad, you know what I'm saying? So,
Wow.
but it was a ton of research behind it. And even now it's still a whole lot more I still have to learn or that I want to learn rather. You know, some guys might prefer to go the route of just outsourcing all of the labor. With me, I was always cool with learning everything myself. I bought a sewing machine and I was learning or showing myself, teaching myself how to sew. The heat press process, I bought that and learned that whole process myself. I'd love to get my own embroidery machine, a direct to print machine, screen print. I love to actually do my own if I could get to that space, but it's different routes you can go about that. But all the same, you still got to know about fabrics. You got to know about sizing. It's still so much more to learn about it. So even something as specific as athletic wear, you just want to make sure you're doing the proper research. Especially with that, fabric is going to be number one. Sizing is going to be important. Quality, you want to make sure you're not cutting corners on quality. You know what I'm saying? So, however you decide to do it, you just got to make sure you doing what you feel is the best way to do it. But you're not going to know unless you actually do the actual Google searches and, you got to start following joints online, following different pages on a fashion tip, on an athletic wear tip. Other guys that's coaching in the gym, like if that's your passion, you got to set your socials to that algorithm. You know what I'm saying? If on your personal page all you doing is liking swimsuit models, rap battles, and Kevin Durant, then that's all you're gonna see. These little computers, they smart like that. You know what I'm saying? And not to get too personal, but I know even with Drew, you know what I'm saying, we'll send memes all the time, right? And it's not even with just him either, with a few other friends too. So it wasn't even just you I had this convo with, but it was like at one point, because I'm trying to filter my page a certain way, I was like, yo, stop sending this. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, yo, I'm trying to hone it in, but now that I have my black tag page, that page's algorithms, that's set how I want it. So I'm kind of cool. But again, you want to have your socials set a certain way, because they'll continue to feed you the BS if that's what you liking. You know what I'm saying? Your explore page will continue to be whatever it is that you like until you change it. You know what I'm saying? So all of that is gonna help you, but you gotta do the research, and you gotta look into other people that's in your industry and see what they doing, and see how the people that's commenting on their pages, seeing what they saying, see what they like. Like it's research is a lot of the groundwork that you gotta do.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and thoroughly do reset mine too. Cause every time I reset it get. Listen, I was at a networking event this week, Wednesday. So, connecting on social media and IG is necessary. So how do you connect? You go to the search page, right?
Yep.
It was all bad, man. It was just downhill. And it was two ladies. I punched in her name, and it's just a bunch of nonsense in my search. And I'm like, yo, I don't even look up none of these people. This is crazy.
You ain't even got to.
Yeah, it looks real bad.
That joint will definitely expose you.
Man.
If somebody's sitting right next to you. Like, damn, that's all you like?
Right, that's like, I know that was looking at me like, oh, he a dog. Like, he a dog. He ain't about nothing. He just like everybody else. But yeah, I'm not trying to make no new page, because I know, well, for me, and I know we talked about this, a lot of people don't want to see companies just as companies.
Right.
Like they want to, like we live in a nosy environment right now. The whole area of life right now is super nosy, to the point where they want to know what your bathroom look like. They want to know what kind of sneakers you putting on, what sneakers is in your closet, what you eating for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yeah, like what size shoe you wear. Like it's weird. How tall is you? Like why do you care, bro? Like okay, I'm 6'1", so what? Like why does that matter? Crazy. But yeah, it's like them days of being able to hide behind your company, like back in the day, them days is over. So yeah, they will expose you. Social media will expose you, for sure. For sure. But you got something from that, right? Hopefully.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay. Now you mentioned burning desire. Like I'm heavy in personal development. What does burning desire look like to you? Having a burning desire, what does it actually look like to you?
You eat, sleep, and drink it. A burning desire is something that doesn't escape you. A burning desire is something as easy as, I'll use an example. When I moved to Florida and needed a car, I kind of tunnel vision to, okay, this is what I want.
Mm.
Now, I got the BMW. I was like, all right, either I'm getting some sort of BMW or an Audi. That's what I wanted. It ain't got to be the big body. It ain't got to be the 5.7 Series BMW. It ain't got to be an Audi 6 or up. You can give me the mid-size. I'm cool with that. You go and do your research on everything about the car, everything that might be faulty with it. You're doing all your research. And you putting money aside for it because you know the price range of what you need to be spending.
Mm-hmm.
And not even a full week into my search, all I see on the highway is BMWs.
Mm.
That's how it be.
Burning desire, because that's what you want.
Mm-hmm.
So again, if anything for you is burning desire, whether it's career, whether it's a certain woman you're looking for, whether it's anything, you know what I'm saying? Like everything around you kind of, it just becomes that. And I'll even use it for black tag even. Like I said, I'll draw inspiration from anything. So I could go to the mall and see something dope and I'll snap a photo real quick. Or damn, hold on, they doing puff print just like I did on my flower shirt. And I'll take a photo of how they did it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Or I'll see something that I had an idea for. Damn, they stole my idea. Like I feel like that. Like I feel like everybody is watching your page. They're just not gonna like it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I feel like, you know what I'm saying? So I'll see something, be like, oh damn, hold on, I kind of had an idea of that, and I'll take another photo. Like it's certain things when you have that burning desire, it's on your mind pretty much throughout the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You'll when you sleeping in, you dreaming, you wake up like, hold on, man, I had on a fly ass suit. Hold on, man. It becomes you if it's a burning desire, if it's something that you truly want. So if it's something that you truly want, again, when you're doing the research, now it's just that flame becomes even bigger.
I definitely dig that. Mm.
Again, right back to the party promotion, the event planning, it was the same thing. You know, all the clubs that were here, it's like, okay, the sound systems are either going to be one way or the look in every club is a certain kind of way. We got to do better. So again, that turned into, that desire was, even if it's day club, I know you the owner of this space, but if you are hiring us as the promoters, we bringing in this, and this. So you got to come off your security bill because we doing this, and this. And you got to come off bottle prices for VIP because we doing this, and this. But everything is that strong desire, that burning desire that we have because we have a vision.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Whether we travel to, me and my one friend, my cousin, that was in the promotion with me, we would go to Toronto all the time. That was where we drew our inspiration from.
Yeah,
so we would bring that back to, we got to do sparklers.
Mm-hmm.
We got to upgrade these couches. We got to do VIP like this. It's again, that burning desire is everything around you. Everything, we could be walking down the street like, yo, you see them hanging lights from that balcony? Yo, we could do that at the club. Like, it's, again, everything you see, you incorporate to whatever your desire is. It's like, oh, damn, I can incorporate that, or I can steal from this. Like, that's burning desire. Everything you see or think of, it kind of relates, and you can make that connection to whatever your desire is.
Mm. Hey, I dig that. Yeah, TL definitely lit. It was like, when I was like partying, it was somewhere to party every night. Like we was in college. We was going to party every night. I remember one time, it was for months. We was going to Moose and Goose on Sunday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, we'd be at Daily Planet. Like it was just always something to do in that area. Out in Toronto, out in Canada, we always had somewhere to go. That was when you could get across the border without having to have a passport or an enhanced. Like you could just hop up and go. Now it ain't that simple. You gotta plan ahead. You gotta get on this little app they got now. You gotta get tested 3-4 days before you cross the border.
Yeah, it's different now.
Yeah, like the only thing that was cool was when I was working during the pandemic, I didn't have to do all that.
Okay.
So I did give me paperwork to take something across the border. I just get to the border, show them the paperwork. They're like, oh, okay. All right, just sign this paper. How long you gonna be here? I'm like, I'll be here maybe a couple hours. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. just come back the same way. So we know you good. You can't go back the other way. You got to go back to the same bridge. So it was cool. But yeah, I love Toronto. Toronto was awesome. Never knew that's where y'all was getting y'all inspiration from. So that's what's up. What you talked about that as far as power of attraction, that's definitely major. Once you have that burning desire for something, you'll definitely start to attract it into your life on a bunch of different levels and start to see it repetitively, like it's consistent. So I feel you on that. I definitely feel you on that. Now you mentioned attracting a lady. Do you feel like who you're connected to as far as relationship affects or had any effect on where you were going in business?
Say it again.
Who you were connected to, like as far as who you're dating, girlfriend, wife, whatever. Do you believe that any of those, if that is a factor, do you think that's a factor or has a factor to play in who you connect with business-wise or how you grow your business?
Yeah, I think so, to a certain extent, because again, sometimes you run into you're running into people based on your environment. So again, if you work 24/7 and what your work is party promotion, it could be realtor, anything in a realtor base, anything banking, like if that's all you do, all you're gonna run into is people in housing, people in banking, people in party promotion. So yeah, I think that's true to a certain extent, because that's all you're gonna be running into. That's all your interaction is gonna be based on.
But I mean, as far as like, do you think they affect your business? Like because you're dating, because you're connected on that level, that's so intimate?
That depends on the person.
Okay. How so? Like what you mean?
I mean, it is if you allow it to, you know what I'm saying? Because that could become a distraction, if I'm understanding you right. So, I mean, I think it could go either way, but again, I feel like it depends on the person. It depends on the person. It's going to affect you. If you have a partner that understands what it is that you're doing, and it doesn't matter the profession, like if they're supportive, then of course it's little to no friction. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you all strive for. But if you're in a space, whether you met them through that space or not, and they're not supportive or they're giving friction, then again, that's up to the person who invited that person in to continue to be a distraction or set the record straight and say, all right, well, you know, this is this, so you got to kind of get in line. So again, it's all kind of dependent on the people.
Okay, I dig that. That's definitely a fact. That's definitely a fact. Okay, you ain't got none, no questions, no nothing. Y'all good? You sure?
Yeah.
Cause I mean, this dude going back to Florida, it ain't like y'all gonna have a chance to really chit chat. Like y'all, man, whatever y'all gonna come with, y'all better come with it now.
Trying to think of something.
Well, I tell you what, I think just from my getting a chance to watch what you've been doing over this time period, I think it was to get something that's really worldwide marketable as far as like your brand and your product. I could kind of see that coming. Not knowing it was going to be a clothing brand, but I mean, marketing was always, like you was always in media and marketing to some degree. You know what I'm saying? Like even me getting into school, you had a hand in that. But that was mainly because you was handling the media for them. You know what I'm saying? Playing ball. So it was, I definitely appreciate that. But I think that's a strong point of yours. You probably should package that eventually. Think about it, like go back, reflect on how y'all kind of put stuff together, marketing wise, and being able to marry that old school skill, guerrilla marketing, and then kissing babies. Turn that into some sort of course or whatever, man, or even if you just start to build on that, man, I think you'd be able to have a good platform for that marketing piece.
Right.
Even with my company, like with the Connectors Handbook, Connectors Corner, like I'm putting together mastermind groups, with people who don't have the freedom of marketing their business freely. Like there's certain stipulations that keeps them from being able to market and draw in a bunch of people. You know what I mean? Like the one thing about an entrepreneur, we can go set up websites, we can do social media marketing and brand what it is that we do without it being an issue. When you get into certain companies, like when I was being romanced by the tech company last year, I couldn't go and just put that on social media and create a page for them and use their name to be able to, you know, get my way into connecting with other people. They wouldn't let me doing that. So I had to figure out some other ways, and I leaned on my network and relationship. But yeah, before I could say confidently, I probably would have hit 100,000 in 4 months based on what I had set up, because I had different connections and relationships in certain places that was definitely going to pay me that. Like one of the contracts was the VA hospital.
Okay.
And the person who runs the technology for the VA hospital had 2 locations. So that deal alone was a $250,000 deal. Just that deal alone. And he was just waiting for me to get whatever paperwork and certification I needed to get so I can get everything situated. I was just waiting for them to give me the go ahead, like, okay, we start your training this week. And that was it. But I didn't end up getting that position. But yeah, marketing as a whole, like I really had to figure out how can I make this work and launch this business move in a way where it's not slow growing. You know what I mean? Like I can really get it jumped off and get it popping. So I feel like that'd be a good niche. If you really sat down and thought about that, we should talk. We should talk for sure. Cause I think what y'all did growing up and having such a long standing run at event planning so long, and then getting into the comedy, and now you can take what you know and move it into, you know, fashion. Like that's a big deal. That's a big move. That's a totally different industry. It's a totally different industry. And the fact that you learn stuff that helps you be able to jump from one industry to the next, that skill is transferable. That's a transferable truth for sure. So yeah, that's just my thoughts. But yeah, man, if you start considering that, please make me your first call. All right, don't talk to nobody else before you talk to me. Let's talk, because I definitely want to be in on that. That'd be a good move. Actually, I'm putting together a mastermind group. I'm doing a 5-day challenge in September. That'll be virtual. But a mastermind group, I'm doing that in October. I think it'll be the 27th and the 30th, if possible. If we can get something together to start getting like some marketing stuff put together, I would love to have you on that platform for that. Coming back to Buffalo for that, if we can. So I'll keep you up to date as things go. So you can hold me to it. I'm talking about it now, but yeah, I definitely would love to have you back on that, because I think that kissing babies piece is so big, and there's a lot of people who just they leave so much money on the table because they don't understand that dynamic. Like, and I remember those days. Like I was thinking about like Gator. I know y'all was going to a couple of his events, and you know, and it was always a back and forth between y'all. I would see y'all through social media, connecting and communicating that way. You know, sharing each other's parties and stuff like that, and making sure y'all came through and connected. I thought that was sweet. I thought that was a mean deal, even though there was another promotional company. So, yeah, man, we're gonna have to talk for sure. But pick that brain. Them ideas gonna definitely be worth $1 million. But well, yeah, I appreciate you coming, bro. I definitely appreciate you taking the time out, coming to kick it with the family for a little bit. Yeah, I got a lot from this. I don't know if anybody else did. I'm quite sure they will. I got a lot from this. So I appreciate you coming through, giving me some private coaching on what's going on. Because to me, the biggest thing is stories. Like, I think you can learn the most from somebody's story if they share it. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't think, like you said, they don't look back or think back and reflect on what they had done. And when you started to think about it, like, yo, I've done some stuff. So yeah, I definitely appreciate that, man. Well, this has been another episode of the Connectors Corner Bag Talk. Man, mad nuggets dropped here. Hopefully y'all can check this out. Like, share, comment. Let me know what you thought. And as I tell you all the time, dream bigger, believe better, and expect greater. Oh yeah, don't forget to get the Connectors Handbook. It's in ebook format. I'm actually doing a promotional right now. The ebook is $3. $3. So I'm not even looking to charge no money on that. So definitely go get that. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Hopefully we'll talk to you guys soon and see what you got to say about what's going on with the Connectors Corner. All right, y'all. Peace.
But as we always tell you, believe better, dream bigger, expect greater.
All right, young man.